Hey, I am so good. Thank you for having me on the show today, Trae.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for being here. First time in our studios.
It's gorgeous, y'all.
Welcome. Welcome. Well, I'm really excited because, we were talking a little bit before the show. Both of us really are like theater kids at heart, but you get to now utilize that passion and everything that you've brought to the world of theater now at the Fifth Avenue Theater. Tell us a bit about your role there.
Absolutely. So I'm a product of the Fifth Avenue Theater. During my time at Hawthorne Elementary, I got to witness their educational touring company come and do a short play about Pacific Northwest history. I was enthralled, just so sucked into the show. And fast forward, went to college, really dedicated my life to learning about musical theater. And then I became an actor in the show down in 2017, came back and started actually working in the education department. And now seeing how folks in the community don't really know about musical theater and like just the joy that it can bring, the way that we can utilize it to tell our stories. I'm now in community engagement, really just working to encourage folks in the community to actually engage, like come check out the show, or even like to embed themselves into the different programs that we have going on. So I get to the joy of talking about musical theater every single day.
You know what? I can tell you love what you do. And that right there is resonating. It's just jumping, leaping off the couch. But it's so important, right? Because when you experience it, you can talk about it from this personal perspective that you probably carry with you through all of the conversations you're having. Tell us a bit about some of these programs that exist for folks to get engaged with Fifth Avenue Theater.
Absolutely. We have a lot of community programs, but I want to definitely talk heavily about the education programs. We have Fridays at the Fifth, which is an introductory programs, happens Fridays. There's an hour-long workshop pre-show. Then the kids get to see the show and possibly talk to creatives on the show afterwards. And that is a really good introductory class because it's for folks who don't know anything about theater. There's so many ranges of folks who have done theater or not. It's for 14 to 19, so a good age range as well. And then we have other programs like the Rising Star Project, which kids are empowered to put on the show. We as the adults in the room really step back and just make sure they're safe, but they're directing, they're choreographing, they're learning the music, they're choosing which roles they play, they're designing costumes, they're doing the social media elements. It's truly an empowerment and confidence builder. And then in the community element, we're doing community partnerships with Mopop and Seattle Public Library, doing conversations geared around the themes of each of our shows this season, which we have some pretty cool shows going on, including It's a Buzz Around the Theater. We have The Wiz, which is something that I think this whole city, the Emerald City, has been itching to see The Wiz on stage. And so this is the year, y'all. So exciting.
You know what? Immediate goosies when we talk about the Wiz. I mean, this right here is like, it's an iconic show. It's full of so many great messages, right? I mean, but also, performance level you're talking about high peak performance level here when you're talking about the Wiz. So this is really great. I mean, for me, I'm already thinking, man, how do we get young folks out there to know about these programs? What are some of the ways that you guys are intentionally putting these messages out here? Obviously, coming here to talk about it is key, and I appreciate you guys for recognizing the Day with Trae as an opportunity to do that. But what are some of the ways that you're utilizing your community connections to make sure young folks know about these programs?
Well, some of y'all have definitely seen me at the different programs happening all summer long. I've been just canvassing, talking to folks, signing folks up for tickets, signing them up for programs. If you see me out in the community with my computer, that's what I'm out there doing. Signing folks up right here now. No, let's not wait. Let's just do it right here.
Yeah.
I got you all ready to go. As well as really working to get the word out, coming up to different events, partnering with different local partners, Wanawari, Langston, Northwest African American Museum, sitting down with folks in the community to find ways that we can meet people where they're at, because that's where we all are right now, especially post-COVID, current COVID. There's lots of different ways that we're engaging as individuals. And so just coming to the community and sitting up and sitting up, for example, in the lobby at LBB and just sitting there. My mom listened to LBB. So like sitting there and talking to folks like, hey, did you know we're doing this show? We have this program going on. Miss Mary, your 14-year-old, let's bring him down to the show. So it really helps that I'm from Seattle. I get to know the people and I'm like, I know exactly who to call, the men over at Builds, folks over at Weld. And it's the people that we grew up with. So it's a little bit easier for me.
No, that's important. And I think these organizations really benefit from, folks who are just kind of born and bred of the soil here, who understand the nuances of how to get things out into community. There's something so special about that. And you really are bringing a wealth of social capital to Fifth Ave Theater for, your connections and community, and understanding like you are the right person for the job, Aviona. Like, honestly, it's great to hear that you are, hitting some of those nooks and crannies that some folks may not be aware of or may not know. Like, this is where Black people are gathering. This is where community is at. If we want to be, intentional in diversifying these programs, we have to do that. I think that's one of the things that I realized as a theater kid, right? I was enthralled in Black theater. So I didn't realize until I kind of got out of that and did things more professionally that there was a lot of people from our community that didn't feel that they could participate in these programs. How do you break down some of that ideology that some folks may have and say, oh no, Fifth Ave, that's a huge, white folks get dressed up to go there. It's not really for me. How do you break down kind of that idea for some community members so they know this is a space for them?
Well, first off, I definitely let folks know that there is a element to having a corner for everyone. There's a corner in the theater world in general for every single person. You don't want to be on stage? Cool. Let's get you in costumes. Let's get you in props. And so really making sure that folks know that no matter what, there is no barrier. Theater is a place for every single person to exist as they are, come as you are. And when it comes to having this mentality of needing to dress up to go to the theater, that's definitely old school. You can treat it as a night out. Of course, you can treat the movie theaters as a night out. You could treat the library as a night out. Any night could be a dress up and be, have that flair about you. But I think the important thing is that the story is going to really hit you where you're at now. It's going to sit with you, and therefore you don't have to show up any special way. The important part is to show up and to receive the story, to be a part of that. And the beauty about theater, as you know, being a theater kid, is that it really is a dance between the audience and the actors on stage. They're with you as much as you're with them, and vice versa. And so hoot, holler, yeah, all the calling that we do anytime that we're at a movie theater, or even just watching our friends and family do something at the barbecue, any of that, that's welcome here. And I think that that's the thing that we at the Fifth Avenue are making sure that everyone in the audience knows. People are welcome to come as they are. So we've been actively making sure that folks know that. And our ushers, everyone is being trained to know that people can come as they are. And I think that that's the biggest note that I want folks to take away from this moment, is just that whether it's our programming, whether it's seeing a show, whether it's engaging with us on any level, we just want to support the community. And personally, I just want the community to know these programs are for us. So let's take up space. And I think that that's the revolution that we're in right now in the year 2022. It's let's take up space in the way that we are. Come as you are.
Wow. Miss Aviona, this is fire. I'm so excited to learn more about these programs. And honestly, this partnership with Fifth Ave Theater, I got to thank Rachel over here, who's always off camera, y'all, but bringing all these amazing people from the Fifth right here to the Black Media Matter Studios, because this relationship that we've been able to build here with Fifth Avenue and Converge is really special to me. Not just because I'm a theater kid, but also because I want people to understand the shows are phenomenal. You go there and, like you said, the show hits you where you are in that moment. And there's always something special that you get to walk away with. So, of course, I got to give you a chance to make sure people know how to engage with you. If they do have a young person, 14 to 19, that may be interested in some of these programs, how do they tap in? Look right there and let them know.
Absolutely. You can contact any of our educational programs, community engagement programs at www, the number 5th avenue.org/education. And if you wanted to send me an email directly, you could send it to communityprograms at fifthavenue.org. And we are just so happy to be here. We want to see you in the seats. We want to see you in the classes. So reach out. Let's get you signed up.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your intentionality and being here in the community. When you said you're just in the LBB lobby, I was like, oh, yeah, sold, definitely official. Miss Aviona, thank you for all you're bringing to Fifth Ave Theater. I can't wait. Keep this spot open. No, we're here for you. If there's new programs or something you guys are rolling out, please make sure you guys tap in with the Day with Trae, and you always have a spot here.
Absolutely. Definitely. We'll be back.
All right.